Can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
What is going on, Mr. Art?
Uh, Not much. Basically, just taking one day at a time.
Yeah.
Doing some work on. I've got several, or two at least, multi-boot machines. Multi in like the one I'm sitting at right now has 15 live partitions on it,
Right.
and I've been learning about partitions. I'll put it that way. I thought I knew everything that was required, but um, UEFI is apparently the modern partition system, and as I say, I have 15 partitions, not all unique, by the way. I mean, some are duplicates. But I've been learning all the details of Gparted,
Yeah.
and it's a really powerful tool. I didn't realize it, uh, but I mean I've used it for years. But basically it's one of these. It's kind of like your taxes. You do it once a year and you forget between. so so at any rate, that's what's been keeping me busy. Um, been trying a number of different distros and finding them interesting. And I've many years ago I primarily used Fedora and CTOS. Hey, Mike,
Hi, how are you today?
you're blasting my ears out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I leaned forward at the same time to adjust the camera and shouted in your ear. Didn't mean to.
At any rate, so it's been an interesting episode. I've learned substantially about partitions and what you can do with them and what you can't do with them and so forth and so on.
I have over the past 3 4 months I have bought a bunch of machines of various uh, vintage. Some of them, yeah, something squealed. I don't know what that was. Some of them are uh, UEFI, and some of them are legacy. The legacy ones are easy to deal with. UEFI is sometimes a pain in it.
Okay, well, actually, anything that is since say I don't know 2010 or so, you can convert to UEFI.
Well, I a couple of the machines that I've got, and I found out how to get around it. But a couple of the machines I've got, you can't turn off, or you can't set it to legacy boot, or you can't turn off secure boot. But
Really?
you've got to set an admin password before you can turn off secure boot.
Oh, that's a pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's definitely a pain.
um, so this one machine, it's got a bad CMOS battery, and for whatever reason, I could not get Ubuntu to install using, uh, with secure boot. So I had to install it with Legacy, and yeah, of course, when the CMOS battery dies, it wants to reset to secure boot, and I'm like, this is a pain. And
Sounds to
it's
me like it's a simple matter of replacing the battery.
well, it would be, except it's a laptop and the battery is buried deep inside it, and you really don't
Oh,
want to take it
yeah,
apart.
yeah.
What kind of battery does it use?
Jesus.
Yeah, you're loud too. Everybody's loud today.
All right, I'll see if I can fix that.
Um, I think it's a standard 2025 or whatever that is. But it's
2032.
2032. But it's way down. You got to get under. I read how to do it. There's like 70 screws or something that you've got to take out to get to it. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth it.
Don't you have an electric screwdriver?
Not anymore. I don't know what happened to that sucker. The electric screwdriver disappeared on me.
Because you take 70 screws out doesn't mean you have to put 70 screws back in.
Well,
We call those bush screws. Anytime you go to a job, you put in all the screws you can, and then you toss what's left in your pocket under a bush on your way out of the door.
I
Okay.
I also this is an older laptop, so all the screws are different sizes. So you got to keep track of which ones go where. It just seemed like it's not worth changing the battery on
what
that.
happened?
It's almost like work.
Yeah.
I had a professor in graduate school who had worked at Lordstown on the Vega assembly line as a summer job. And he said they would put in $5 a piece at the beginning of the shift to see who could get the seat to pass the inspection with the fewest hog rings. And these are supposed to be like 25. So the first person would call out 20. And then a little later on, you're 19. They said, near the end of one day, a guy says, 3. It's like, no wonder these cars had such a lousy reputation. You'd sit on the seat and everything would fold up. It's supposed to have, like 7 times more hog rings on it. It was an interesting class.
So, to display my ignorance, what is in a hog ring?
It's a little metal ring that goes through material and goes around a wire. So if you feature the springs on a seat and you're going to attach the upholstery to it, the hog ring goes through the upholstery and comes up and is squeezed around the frame.
I got it.
So,
I got it.
If you've ever had open heart surgery, you had a whole bunch of hog rings put in you.
Oh, really?
Yep, little tiny stainless ones.
I always
staples
thought,
they put in people are hog rings.
yeah, I've got a ring of them. They show up on the X-rays. Well, you know that I am a trash trawler, and this week someone had thrown out a tote that was full of electronic stuff, and the little USB chargers that everybody has a billion of. There was a bag of 30 of those in there, plus USB cables and stuff. And I haven't gone through and tested all of them. But also, there was a Fire Kindle and a Samsung tablet with a stylus.
Wow.
Oh, neat.
And the stylus projects a little circle onto the screen. But when I looked this tablet up, it is really rugged, and it's intended for field use for people that are doing deliveries and that type of stuff. And it has a proprietary system that is controlled by the owner of the fleet of tablets. And I've gone through and looked up how to go back and bring up the menu, which is a series of 3 buttons that you hold for a period of time. And then you use the volume buttons to get to the reset. And I've done that, but I haven't been successful. And I was wondering whether anybody would like to attempt to do that, to reset it and have this dandy tablet.
So you gotta have how many hands to do this?
Well, you gotta hold your tongue right, and then you depress the volume up, the start, and the power button.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you can do it with 2 hands. And
Well, that's good.
yeah, you don't have to have help with it. And if you hold it for 10 seconds, supposedly it will come on to a boot menu. And apparently I wasn't holding my tongue right because it didn't do that. But it's kind of a neat little tablet.
So
This device is managed by your organization.
did you find a replacement OS for it?
I see no place on here to get to the SIM card. I'm thinking that it's probably like your laptop, that it is.
Well, the 3-button deal will get you into a menu that you can replace the OS with. Now, I don't know if there's.
USB.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to have a password or anything, but the 3-button deal should get you into a menu where you can replace the OS or factory reset it, but factory resetting will replace it with the exact same OS that's already on it. It's basically an Android device.
That's correct.
Your phone has no signal, so I can't help you with that at the moment.
Okay.
Was that you, Mike?
That was a tablet.
Oh, okay.
So if you can find a replacement Android for it, you should be able to replace it with whatever version of Android was on it, but the stripped down generic version of Android, not whatever Samsung did to modify it.
Well, I'm thinking that this belonged to a fleet of some
Right.
sort.
Well, I'm sure it did.
And it has a couple of apps running that I cannot disable or uninstall.
Yeah.
And I've tried to do the reset. The menu gives me like 10 choices that I can go through with a volume down button. And I went to reset the operating system. I'm thinking that if I got to just the basic Android operating system without the apps running, that this would be a dandy tablet.
Yeah. You're going to have to find the original, find whatever version Samsung modified, because it's a modified version of Android. So you're never going to get rid of all the stuff that's there
Okay, so
unless you replace the OS completely.
so it's not just an app that they have running.
No.
It's actually a modified operating system.
I would almost bet money on it that it's a modified, because Android's an open OS, so they can modify it to do whatever they want.
Okay. Well, I thought I have.
And since you can't get rid of the apps that you want to get rid of, that means that they're baked into the OS.
Gotcha. I was thinking this is rugged enough that it would be really nice to use with a bore camera. So if I bump it around and drop
Right.
it, I'm not going to be worried about it.
It it probably is. You're going to have to do a little bit more research, because I bet you can replace the OS. Maybe, probably.
Now, are you thinking that's SIM card? Because this,
No.
okay, the SIM card would be the telephone portion of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Now getting rid of the SIM card would be handy, because you don't really want them to reactivate it or whatever and find out where that tablet's at.
yeah.
But
Well, they're fine to go after Rumpke because that's where it would have ended up. Rumpke landfill someplace.
but no, I don't think the SIM card has anything to do with it. The SIM card's probably a bulk buy from whatever company owned it, and you know
Uh,
whatever delivery driver quit probably didn't turn it in and just threw it out.
Well, from the looks of it, whoever cleaned out this guy's apartment or condo, I'm thinking the man passed,
Oh,
and they just went through and cleaned everything out.
right.
So, would this have an EEPROM on it, or where would the operating system reside?
It has flash memory.
Flash.
It's probably got 64 gigs or 32 maybe. And basically you just wipe it like a PC. You get into that boot menu and you tell it load an OS off of the USB port, and you have to have a USB drive hooked up to it
Okay.
with appropriate files.
Yeah, or you could. There's a way to do it. You got to hook it up to your computer.
Yeah.
Your computer can reload the OS.
Okay.
But I mean, there's plenty of Googling about how to do it. You just got to find the right OS for it, the right version. Because if you put the wrong version on there, you'll brick it and it'll never come back.
Well, I'm not out any money here.
True, but it's a nice tablet, so I wouldn't want to brick it.
What's the model number on it?
If you hang on a second, I'll see if I can give that to you.
It seems to me like there should be a way to, even if it's another modified version of Android, like what's that replacement version of Android for phones that are obsolete now, to keep the I don't remember what it's called. There's many projects though that revive old hardware by replacing the OS, the old OS, with something a little bit more current.
Well, Steve had asked about what the tablet was, and I can read you what I have pulled up. It's a Galaxy Tab Active 2. I have a telephone number that that this device answers to, and the model number. What? Stay awake. SM-T in Tango 397U.
Wait, what was that last bit? SM-T what?
The model number is SM-T397U.
Dang. That's a $600 tablet.
Now, there's a number that I don't recognize or don't even know what it means. It says IME.
That's the serial number for the phone. IME.
Okay.
Well, I found how to root it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just Google it. There's a ton of stuff about that tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good toy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
the very first thing I typed in the Galaxy Tab Active 2 and the model number, replacement OS, and the very first thing is, yes, you can replace the OS. So you should be able to do it.
Okay. Well, I still offer this. If anyone would like to take this tablet and have it for their own, I'm more than willing to pass it over. So if there's any takers, I will pass it that way. Was that a yes, Vincente?
Vice,
I have two of those. Samsung.
So that I take it that's a
Vice,
This is, this,
Vice
this,
Sensei
is
does.
the, this is the one I use all the time.
okay.
Vice
If
Sensei
nobody
doesn't
else
even
wants
know.
it, I'll
Thank you anyway.
He doesn't even know what's going on, and he just got a new tablet.
This is the only. We were talking before you came on that this is a real rugged one with a stylus that projects a little circle into the.
Yeah.
Ah,
How to install Odin.
Yeah. How to install Postmark. That's the one I'm thinking of. That.
Hmm.
yep.
How to. It could be done, and yes, Steve has claimed it, so.
If nobody else wants it, if somebody else really wants it,
My dad gave me a really nice Fire tablet from Amazon, and I pretty much have been using that as as my tablet now.
Well, this is the other object that came out of there, the Fire Kindle.
The Fire Kindle,
Yeah.
color fire.
So,
that one's pretty rugged too.
um,
That one's pretty common with kids, and they make big round rubber bumpers to go on it.
This is the old-fashioned tablet.
The
Got that too.
A mechanical pencil. This is the best combination. Okay.
well, unfortunately, the Fire Kindle has been claimed. The reader in this household has said, "Oh." So when I picked it up just now, I look at it and it says Julie's Fire. So out of the trash and into her collection.
Yeah, I must say, Mike, you have you seem to find very interesting dumpsters.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, almost all of this comes out of a dumpster that is associated with my stepson's condos. And it happens to be that the little court where his parking area is where the community dumpster is. So whenever we go by to visit him, I stick my head in and see what's in there.
Nice.
We have found a guitar head amplifier, a PV6505. And I thought, yeah, it's not going to be of any value. Julie's brother
Nice.
is a musician. He said, well, I don't need it unless I wanted to make my family's ears bleed. It's a heavy metal guitar amplifier, but he took it, plugged it in, and it worked. They're still selling on Amazon for $2,400. But yeah, people pitch out stuff. I'm sure I've said this before. The tote with 50 high-end women's wigs, $12,500 worth of wigs. We took those to the women's wig boutique for women undergoing chemo. They were thrilled to have it. It's like, I personally don't know what I would do with a shoulder-length red wig.
Oh, that'll look great on you, Mike.
Now, is that with or without stubble? and somehow or another, I'm not going to take that personally. I'm going to take that as a generic comment as opposed to, oh, yes, you look really great tonight. But it is amazing. Last week, I think I told you that I found machine tools that had been thrown in there. A 3/4 inch end mill, and it was still in the package, had the barcode on it. Julie took a picture of it on the phone and did a Google search, and it came up at $42 end mill. And 6 cutters for metal lathe, a double end edge finder, a little machine vise. All of that was just thrown away.
I found a had to have been a 50-inch TV in our dumpster, but when Patty wouldn't let me keep it, but when I pulled it out, the screen was cracked. You could see the screen.
50-inch width?
Do what?
50-inch width or TV?
Yeah, it
Diagonal.
was. It was one of the big ones. It was.
No,
huge.
I mean, a width.
Oh, the 50-inch wig. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vince, David. You know, I've gone on from that topic.
It looked like somebody took, probably was watching a sports game or something and got mad and threw their beer right there in the center. Just a big old, about the size of a can. And it splintered out from there, and I'm like, yeah, that would have been nice to have, because it was a nice TV.
I disassemble them because there's a Fresnel lens in there, and I don't take it for the Fresnel lens itself, but that makes really dandy, smooth shelving. If you put that on inside a cabinet or
Yeah.
thing like that, it's slippery, it's slick, it's easy to clean, and very easy to trim.
Well,
One side's easy to clean. The other side's really a pain.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
One side is easy to clean. The other side's a real pain.
Oh, the visions on the Fresnel lens are so fine. I don't feel them.
Hmm, I do. Years and years ago, we got one out of a rear projection TV. The kids were, I guess Graham was probably 10 or 12 at the time. We had a rule that they weren't allowed to burn anything larger than their hand and they had to do it on the sidewalk. So it was mostly safe. And they had this mirror or lens that was probably 3 feet by 5 feet. It was the end of the day and I didn't want to carry it into the garage. So I put it in the van. We had a Chrysler Town and Country. And I just tossed it up in on top of the seats. And the next day we didn't go anywhere. And the day after that we did. And there was a stripe burned across the seats from that thing. I almost lost the Town and Country that day. I mean, it was sitting on top of the backs of the seats and it focused down on the seating surface. It burned about 3 inches deep.
Wow.
You could see the metal springs from where the material and foam used to be.
Wow.
It smelled really dandy too.
I don't think goggles would have helped you there.
It was kind of fun to watch them run around, kid on each side, and the third kid putting stuff down on the sidewalk. Go for it. So many ants died.
Poor ants.
Well, you've inspired me to dig one of those out and see what I can burn with it, besides myself.
Channel your inner kid.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I just Patty won't let me pull anything out of the trash anymore. We used to do stuff, but Patty's like, "Nope, you're not bringing that in this house." I'm like, "It's fine. It's just a little dirty." She's afraid of getting roaches or something. That's
Yeah, you have to be careful with what you're doing.
yeah. That's her big thing. She doesn't want to get bugs. So
Can't fault her for that.
well,
And I had the philosophy that if I get dirty, I wash. There's certain things that I don't want Julie climb into though.
Yeah.
Yes, she washes also, but
yeah. Sounds like
I've
you've
gotten
found
to the point
good
if I work
stuff.
on somebody's computer, I tend to put it in a garbage bag and leave it in the garage for a couple of days. And it has been an issue.
We
Well-
had we had that issue once at the shop, and I think that's what we did was stick it in a bag or something and sealed it up for a while.
well, we had a neighbor who would. This was quite several years ago. He would put stuff out of the trash, and Julie would put on rubber gloves just to go over and look at it, not to touch it, just to look at it.
I understand. So they got the new building rebuilt, or the building that caught fire. They finally got it rebuilt, and they raised the rent like significantly, and they're having a hard time getting people to rent the new place now. It's like
This is in your apartment complex or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. But they, I find it interesting because everybody was like, you can't raise the rent too much, too high because nobody will want to rent it. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. They they raised they raised it up so much that they can't find anybody to rent. I think they've got one person in there, and it's a 12 unit building, and it couldn't have been cheap for them to build it. So
This is 2 levels or 3 levels?
it's 2 levels. It's two
Okay.
levels. And I was told that instead of making them like they were 1 bedroom units, that they made all of them 2 bedroom units, which means it's significantly larger than it was. But I don't know if that's true or not. I was just told that. So even still, if it's a 2 bedroom unit, it still doesn't justify the 150% price increase.
Wow.
Yeah. And they've said so we're going to start seeing a lot more junk thrown out because they said that a lot of people are moving out of here. So it's like I am sure I am going to start seeing some good junk that I'm not allowed to have.
You got my number.
Yeah, that's true. True enough. See, if you pick it up and then I say I want it,
Yeah, in theory, Patty wouldn't kick your butt for that, but that's only theoretical.
right? I just can't tell her that I found it first. I found it first.
But much of the stuff we find doesn't come to the house. It goes in the truck and goes to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Pots and pans and dishes and silverware and stuff like that.
Well,
It it's too good to go to the landfill.
yeah. It's too good to have been thrown out.
Yeah.
Um, so we are next month. We are going to have a garage sale over at my sister's house, and
Oh, okay.
we're going to really, really try to get rid of some of this stuff because we've been here. I guess going on.
Remember, I won the robots, the marks. I can give you something for that.
Okay, which robots do you want?
The ones we were working on. You remember?
I want to keep one of those. I've got 2 of them.
Okay, if you want to get rid of them, just I can take one and
Okay.
keep it in my basement. I have no plans, but
I
it's a nostalgia.
one of those. Well, both of them. The batteries have depleted. I couldn't get them to charge. I couldn't get them to charge. But yeah, you can have one. I'll get you one of those.
Okay.
But um, that would get that would get a big chunk out of this room. Those were decent sized little robots.
Yeah.
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 But
They need a space.
um, Yeah, I somehow or another I ended up with two of them. Well, I guess I worked on two of them. So, but I've got little 13-inch TV sets that have to go away. We have accumulated so much stuff just in 4 years that the place is bursting at the seams. And Patty's like, some of the stuff's got to go, and you keep buying more stuff. So, so yeah, at the end of is it May? I think it's May. Yeah, at the end of May, we're going to have a garage sale. But I'll get you that robot sooner than that, Vicente.
Okay.
I I can get that out of here. But I'm going to have one brand new 3D printer that's still in a box that you guys can claim if you want it, but you don't want it because it's one of the older, slower ones.
Okay, I gotta ask. You doing this on the 23rd and 24th or the 30th and 31st?
30th and 31st.
Okay.
Why?
I'll come by and maybe give you some money.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Is that May that you're saying?
May,
Yeah.
yeah.
May, okay. The end of next month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So my sister's, we're doing it at my sister's house, and I asked her, and she was like, "Well, we could do it early, but I think one of these is a holiday." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then Trenton yard sales are the 16th and 17th, and every date that we could come up with, there was something else going on, and we finally came to the 30th and 31st, and she went, "I don't think anything's going on," and I'm like, "Good enough." So, hamvention. Yes. Patty,
Hamvention.
Stuff.
in the chat, hamvention is May 15th and 17th through 17th. And they have hamvention every year at the same time that the Trenton yard sales are on, and Patty always schedules it off because she wants to go to those yard sales. But she's the same person now. We've got too much junk. We got to get rid of junk. But she will go,
to bring more. You
she
need
will
space.
go to those yard sales every single time. I think
Not
it's just,
all. Some of it's good stuff.
I think she just likes going to look at other people's junk, see what other people are getting rid of. But yeah. We're cleaning out the small storage unit that's completely full again. I'm cleaning out my closet that has 200 plus board games in it, but I don't really know if I'm getting rid of all the board games. I think Patty would like me to get rid of all the board games. And
Wonder.
I'm going to get rid of my old Flash Forge printer.
You can bring the games for the to the library in the outside shelves.
Yeah, that's true.
The board games may find a home on on Craigslist. I'm betting that there's somebody would love to have that entire collection,
Yeah.
whatever you wish to get rid of.
Well,
Not for free. I'm not suggesting that.
I am somewhat of a collector of some of these games. I've got games in there that are probably worth $200-300. They're that rare. They're that hard to find, and I just don't want to get rid of them. I just want to sit on them. Then again, I don't know if I really need 200 games. I probably could get rid of the more common stuff, the monopolies and that kind of stuff. But everybody has those kind of games. So we did. I told you guys last week that one of the grandkids, that's all the kid wants to do is play board games. So he came in and got 30 some odd games out of the closet and took home, and his mom's about to kill me. So so you know he was, oh, I didn't know you had this many, Papple. Well, yeah, that's why I don't let you go in the closet, because all my games would disappear. Ray's here, maybe. I can't see him. But
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, he's driving.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Where are you at today, Ray?
I spent all day today in Panama City Beach. Uh, there's a guy down there who does airbrush T-shirts, and he's got two stores, and I set his stores with two laser machines, and taught him how to make stencils with a laser machine instead of using an X-Acto knife. And changed his world, increased his profits, reduced his work time, and changed the product designs, really. Um, I mean, you can think of like, how detailed can it get if you're just using an X-Acto knife compared to pushing into the world of Adobe Illustrator, Corel, and lasers? Yeah, so
But not to mention the time involved of doing a precision job with an X-Acto knife. Um,
oh yeah, I mean, it's absolutely. So, like, they used to have airbrush artists that would spend 2 weeks to maybe a month or two redoing all of their stencils in the off season. So, like, right after, right in November, December, believe it or not, that's their low season. And they would spend all that time doing designs and cutting stencils into plastic, hoping that like these are going to be a good hit the next year. And then they'd put all their stencils in these little sleeves and put them in portfolios, and they would carry those around at their different job sites and stuff, different work places they're doing airbrushing. Like, but they would guard those portfolios like, this is my job, this is my occupation. Then I introduced them to lasers and software and showed them how to do like repetitive design, modifying design, converting everything to vector. Then they started laser cutting the stencils, and they're just like, I can just put another piece of plastic in there and cut 2 more stencils and just watch it. And yeah, so instead of carrying around portfolios, they would carry around hard drives, or portable external hard drives. And if they found something that was really interesting, they would just spend an extra 10 minutes after work and make 2 or 3 more. They'd keep one and they'd sell the other ones to other airbrush artists in town or in Florida or wherever. And it was good extra money. They could make like an extra $150 um, out of 10 stencils. So people loved it. Uh, and today I just went up there and cleaned the laser alignment, more training, and I was like, Mark, man, you gotta buy a new laser. So he's gonna buy a new laser for next year. So, but we got him up and running today. Everything's working great. Um, but he's been there. He basically it's in the front of Walmart. They have all these different stores, and it's like a lot of times they have like an eyeglass prescription glasses place. And at this Walmart, they have an airbrush shirts and shoes and sweatpants and anything else that's white at the store. They'll airbrush it for you. That's pretty neat.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I get to see a lot of different business ideas and see how the laser can help them.
That's a powerful tool.
Oh yeah.
I am betting that you're going to be at Hamvention, aren't you, Mr. Ray?
Me go to Hamvention? Why would you ever think that?
I don't know.
I guarantee you, man. I'm absolutely going to be there unless I'm dead. Yeah, I'm going to be there.
You'll probably attend a couple even after you're dead.
Yeah, put me in a jar and take me there. Yeah.
Well, is there a theme this year? Are they doing anything special this year?
Radios.
Well, yeah.
You know, I believe I've got the logo, but I haven't seen it. I can't remember. I just remember looking at it and saying, "What the hell?"
Okay.
Because it's one of those things that I'm expected to convert this to black and white. What?
Is it weird, like mountain sunshine thing?
Oh, I can't remember. It was. I just blew it off so quick. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
This thing?
Uh, I don't remember. That might be it. That might be it.
Well, they some years, like they had the year of the maker and some other stuff, but I don't really see like a theme this year. Maybe it's just radio. Radio is the theme.
I don't know. Radio Adventure.
Radio
I don't
adventure.
know.
So, yeah.
I don't know whether you guys do this or not, but my brain sometimes doesn't really read the words. It just processes it, goes into the subconscious. So when that came up, I don't know why, but I was thinking radioactive adventures.
Oh, we've had radioactive. We had
Radio.
that many years ago.
Radioactive.
I had sport bottles that you look at them and they said radioactive. Then they looked like radioactive canisters, like chemical canisters. People actually had trouble getting them through the airport to take them back home after the event. It's funny. TSA is so smart. You guys remember seeing the movie 12 Monkeys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the one lady goes through the airport and she's got the little canister with the virus in it. And she opens it up and, here, smell this. There's nothing wrong with this. And the TSA agent is like, oh, yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and just take it with you. You're dead.
As well as 99% of the people on the planet.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot more than that. But yeah, almost everybody. A couple thousand survivors total, maybe, in the compounds and stuff. So, anyway,
I remember watching that movie, but there's details of it that are foggy in my mind.
it was about Bruce Willis doing time traveling, and his thing was to go back in time, like quickly, and he had to grab something that might have a link to curing the virus. But he couldn't grab like a canister or a bottle or something. He had to actually eat it, and it was inside his body so that when he traveled back through time, it would go with him. And you know how movies are; they always want you to go through time naked. So, uh, whatever.
The one thing I remember about that movie more than anything else is he was the kid.
He, yeah, he was the kid. He was
the kid.
the guy fighting in the war. He was the hippie dad. He
Yeah.
was, you know, yeah, yeah, and he remembers somebody yelling at his mom, or yelling at his grandma, yelling at somebody in the airport, and it was him
It was him.
yelling,
Yeah.
and he didn't even realize it was, you know, the kid was himself. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And it was one of those classic time loop. Everything happened because something happened. So
Causality.
yeah.
It's called causality.
It
Like
all
I did this,
happened.
and it caused this, and it causes something else, and it causes something else, and it all works together, and it has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get a glimpse of a monkey or something. I don't really remember what the monkey was about.
I think the monkey was just them throwing into the idea that when the virus got out and people started scrambling and freaking out, that all the animals in the zoo got out and they were running through the streets. So you saw
That's it. That's what it
all the
was.
animals and the monkeys running in the streets.
Yeah.
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 Wow. It seems like 20 years ago I saw that. That's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably been 20 years since I've seen it.
Yeah. See, do I have that movie in my collection?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out. "12 Monkeys." Yep, I got it in my collection. I'll have to watch it again this weekend or something. Well, I have all of my movies are in a database system where I can look at the movie name and the front cover of the DVD case. Is I got tired of buying the same movie 4 times.
I
I
got them in an Access database, but the problem is I never look at it. So
Oh, this database is really nice. It's easy to use. It's in my iPhone, and I can add a movie by taking a picture of the or scanning the barcode on the movie, and it searches the national database to get me a stock picture in front of the DVD case.
well,
That's
you got the important ones in there, Doctor Strangelove.
I just made my own with Google Docs. I mean, I could pull it up
uh,
on my phone and look because pretty much I was tired of buying the same movies.
yeah. I bought 5 copies of Transformers: Dark of the Moon, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done." Uh, I need something. So it was $2 to buy this software. It was pretty neat. It is pretty neat.
It seems like I've got Transformers somewhere. I bought. Yep, I've got Dark of the Moon on Blu-ray in 3D. I don't have a 3D TV anymore, but I've got the movie in 3D.
I'm just asking, but do you have that on beta?
No.
No. Yeah, I wonder, I wonder what happened to that TV. I had a Vizio 3D TV, and I was like, okay, cool. So I bought my first 3D movie, only to find out that I needed a player that would also play 3D. So I
Yep.
went and bought a 3D player. So I've got the 3D Blu-ray player, but I don't have the TV. So I don't know where the glasses are either. I had it. It came with special glasses so you could
Were
watch
they
it.
polarized or
No,
simply red green?
no, the red green you don't need anything special for. These are polarized. They're like the movie theater ones without power. They didn't need power, so no batteries or anything. But yeah, I fell into that 3D is going to be around forever, and no.
Beta is such a great format. Everybody's going to go to that.
Maybe. I have a Super 8 um, thing that I found probably was my grandfather's. I have no idea what's on it. I don't have a Super 8 player. I don't have a way to watch it.
Super 8? There's lots of places you can take that and have it transcribed over to a CD or DVD.
Um, the Super 8 tapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do you mean Super 8 film or
No,
8mm DAT?
it's the. Well, it's not. It's. I don't think it's a DAC. I think it's. It was competing with VHSC at the time.
Okay, yeah, that's dad.
Okay.
Um,
I
that
I
was the
don't.
same physical tape that they used for backup. Um, I gave my dad a lot of those things. That shouldn't be too difficult to convert. But
Just
yeah,
need.
you got to find somebody that's got the
You got to
player.
find the right player. Um, I'm pretty sure that it's got my grandmother on it, but I'm not. I'm not 100% sure. Um, Seems like it. It's dated around that time when she was still alive, so I don't know. But that I've got one of those tapes. I've got what other weird format do I have? One time I had a bunch of zip drives. Zip
Nice.
that the zip disks were my backup. I would back up the computers to them.
I had a Zip 100 and a Zip 250. I was told that there was a Zip 350, but I never saw one. But when I worked at PC Upgrades, anytime somebody would come in with floppy disks to do installs and we didn't have copies of them already, we'd make images of them and we kept those on zip disk. We had probably, oh shoot, 50 zip disks with about 60 disk images per zip and a little database of what was where. If you ever needed AutoCAD, which at the time came on 12 floppies, we had it.
Yeah, had remember the SideQuest discs?
135 megs.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those too. And
I
I
still have the zip drives and zip disks.
do you?
Yeah. Don't know how I could use them. Hey, about Hamvention, are you gonna go and sell anything out in the fields?
I am going to be at the Trenton yard sales like I am every year because Patty wants to do that. And Patty really doesn't ask for a whole lot, so
So you're gonna sell at the, or you're
no,
gonna go? You're gonna go shopping.
Yeah, Ray didn't come in until after you discussed having
I'm
your
sorry.
garage sale.
Sorry.
I'm having a garage sale on the 30th and 31st in
Oh.
Middletown at my sister's house. But
30th and 31st of what?
May.
Hey,
Oh, May. Okay.
May. And Patty always schedules her vacation for the yard sales because she likes doing the yard sales. I am not a particular fan of them, but she likes them and she doesn't really ask for a whole lot, so that's usually what we do.
My birthday is almost always right with Hamvention, and I told my wife, and that's what I want. I want to go. Leave me alone. I'm going to Hamvention and
Yeah,
garage sale.
and and work.
Yeah, yeah. No, she's like this whole week, maybe something on Monday or a simple something on Tuesday, but the rest of the week is all Hamvention. Prep, getting equipment ready, sellable product,
Right.
artwork, designs. And this year, I've got that lovely printer, so we're going to be printing banners and all kinds of stuff. Yep, signs and marketing material and big stuff to show off to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I use that to make party signs and boards for putting on the easels, like welcome to baby shower, uh, uh, Christmas, bunch of stuff.
So, Ray, where are you?
I am, I don't know, I guess about 100 miles north of Panama City Beach. Heading home. I'll be home by like 8 a.m. or something, maybe.
Well, you're speaking of banners. I have several large rolls of paper. They're like 38 and 48 inch wide and maybe 12 inches in diameter. And a number of years ago, Julie's grandmother was having her 95th birthday. We'd taken her out to eat at a restaurant. And I stretched the paper out and covered the side of the van. This is Happy 95th Ruby. And taped that on the side of the van and parked it at the entrance to the restaurant where we were going to have her dinner. And after the dinner was over, she was sitting on the front porch waiting for us to pick her up. And a guy came up and said, "Happy 95th birthday, Ruby." And she said, "I don't know how he knew my name or that I was 95 years old." It's like, it was pretty obvious. She's only the one that's going to be 95. There's a 16-foot long banner out there that he just drove by.
I was doing the baby shower, and I got the date wrong on it 3 times. My daughter was like, "Dad, wrong date." I'd fix it. Dad, wrong date again. Like, oh crap! Come on.
Is this going to be your first grandkid?
Yes, my first grandkid.
You're getting old, Ray.
Yeah, yeah.
When's it due?
Uh,
he
what
does
does it do? Eat and poop. When is it due? I don't know. June.
he doesn't know. He got the date wrong 3 times.
Yeah, it's like we're just now talking about. I can't get the date right. I couldn't get the baby shower date. I'm sure not going to get the delivery date right.
Now, do you have stock paper that you can print on, or do you need a large roll of heavy duty paper?
The largest width that it'll do is 36 inches, and I have a few rolls. They're like standard bond paper, but when you're doing those really nice banners, and I have to print on paper because it's water based color,
Yeah.
and but it still turns out the images still look really really nice. But I like to print on that super heavy duty paper. It just it's so easy to hang on the wall, tape up the stuff. It doesn't like wrinkle, and it just looks good. And it's pretty durable. I was using some contact cement to glue the heavy duty paper onto cardboard, and it turns out really nice. So it's good.
I'll bring you a sample of paper that I have a spare roll of. Now, I won't be at our first in person meeting next month. I'll be gone, but The second one, I'll bring a sample to you if you're there, Ray, or I can drop one by your office.
Is it heavy duty paper?
I think it is.
Okay. Like cardstock or what?
Say again?
Is it like cardstock?
Oh no, it's not that heavy. I'll bring you a sample up. I'll just get a chunk of it and
Okay.
bring it by. You can, if it's something you want, I'll give it to you.
Well, the heavy duty paper, it's something I like so much. I was gonna buy some more rolls of it. Actually spend money. Yeah.
Well, let me bring this by your place. You can look at it, and if it is acceptable, you can have it without spending money.
Oh. Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, I found the side to that case that we were working on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I didn't have to make one.
The next stop sign, turn left. Stop sign, turn left on Alabama 134 West.
Somebody's giving Ray directions. Turn left here.
But who is she?
Every female I know. I'm not sexist or nothing. It's just like, my wife, my daughter, and I was talking to Carol, and she changed her Alexa voice in her car to be a man. I'm like, what? What? Like, that just sounds so wrong. How did you do that? Why did you do that?
I particularly like it when the GPS tells you you're an idiot. Turn around and go the other way.
Well, when we did have just dedicated GPS, I'd gotten in there, pulled the chip out, made a copy, and did my own recording of, I don't know where the fuck we are right now. And so Julie's driving along, and the voice comes up, tells her. It was like a shock because I hadn't touched it. I didn't know, wasn't even around. So sometimes those are the best surprises.
Yeah.
My vehicles are not exactly new-ish. Most of my trucks are 2014, 2015. My van here is 2017. So I bought this. It's a 10.6 inch GPS dash camera, and I love them. I'm glad that it's completely separate from my stereo, the in-dash stuff. I I got pulled over 2 months ago, and the cop was like, "Speed limit right there is 25." I said, "Yeah, I was going 45. I saw the sign, slammed my brakes, and looked over at the GPS, and it said, "Yep." And it, like, as I was looking at the GPS, the dash cam, it changed to, "This is what the speed limit is." And I was like, "Oh crap! I'm glad I hit my brakes." I said, "Man, I didn't even see you as a cop sitting on the side of the road." He goes, I was pretty well hidden." And he looked over, saw my dash cam. He's like, "Yep, have a good day, bye." Because it records everything, where I'm at, what my speed is, and he's like, I mean, I'm not even going to give this guy a take or try to, because yeah, I would take it. But I do like having it completely separate. Anyway, the reason I was asking about ham benching is that I have a lot of stuff that I would like to try to sell. Um, I just I need to unload a good bit of it.
Yeah, and you're always too busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am so very busy.
you're always busy doing laser stuff.
Red light, but
Well,
also
my
189.
wife doesn't want to bring a whole lot of other um, employees, because it's expensive to do that. So
Red
she
light
was
is
just going to have
189.
me, Carol, Aiden, and Rochelle as working. And if we do that, I have to stay at the laser booth.
Yeah, yeah. No, unfortunately, I don't go as much as I would have wanted to because it's always the same week that the yard sales are, and like I said, Patty doesn't really ask for a whole lot. So
Yeah, but not this year.
yeah, this year the Trenton yard sales are the May 16th and 17th. And
Man, you
hey,
just popped my bubble. I was so happy for a minute. So I thought you said that you were doing a garage sale after that.
I'm doing the garage sale after that. Patty, we're not having a garage sale. She wants to go to the garage sales. She wants to look at other people's junk and bring other people's junk home.
That is stuff you cannot live without that she's wanting to bring home. Let's put the correct terminology on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
other people's junk.
Hey, there's been a couple years I saw some amazing good stuff. Um, Bosch hammer drill. I was like, oh man, that was like so good looking. And it was darn near brand new for the whole kit and everything in the plastic case. It's one of those giant plastic cases I barely could carry it around. It might have had wheels and a luggage handle. I mean, it was that big, and it was like $400. I know it was worth 1,400, but at that time in my life, I didn't need the giant hammer drill. I wasn't smart enough to just spend the money ahead of time. Shit. Yeah.
Well,
So now, knowing that he lost that hammer drill, he gets everything.
I get everything. I just go buy it up. My wife is like, "Oh yeah,
I don't even know what it is, but I'm gonna buy that.
that looks expensive.
I'm gonna buy that because I'll use it. I figure out what it is. You guys know that. I had to put up that handrail in the back of the one building on the mini dock, the recess dock. Oh man, I was using the small hammer drill, like the little bitty one, and I was like, "This is killing me! It's killing me!" So I went to the store and bought a hammer drill, a big one, and went back, drilled all the holes, and was like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely the way to go." With the giant Bosch, man, that would have been even better. I think it was like an SDS Max. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that I kind of regret not buying was I was at one of the sales there a couple years ago, and guy had a bunch of flukes for $5 a piece,
Hmm.
and I didn't buy any of them because I'm an idiot.
Were these wooden flutes or metallic?
Flukes, fluke,
Fluke
Okay.
fluke
multimeter.
multimeter,
Fluke multimeter.
fluke
Oh! I'm sorry. I thought you said flute.
flutes. No,
Uh,
flukes.
Instrument. I thought you were talking about an instrument. I couldn't figure out why you needed more than one flute.
Well,
I've got uh, network analyzers and network searching tools and all kinds this stuff out my shelves to get rid of the stuff that I bought at a garage sale, or bought at the Hamvention, or I bought in a clearance aisle at Lowe's somewhere else. A bunch of stuff over the years.
Yeah. Well.
I think Hamvention would be a great place to get rid of this stuff. I mean, sell this stuff to somebody that wants it. Yeah.
And you may just have to take one extra person up there.
I don't want to have to pay him just so I can sell my other stuff. I would not break even.
You would not break even.
Half a mile. Turn left on Alabama 141.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to go this year. So, I've only been to Xenia once, actually.
So who is going?
Are you going? Vicente?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can pick you if you want to go.
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. Are you going to get to go, Art?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to get to go to Hamvention?
Going to public gatherings is difficult for me these days.
Yeah. I understand. What about you, Mike? That leaves you, Ray. You and Vicente.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the likelihood that I'm going is really, really good.
It's like 100%.
Yeah, like 100%.
Like 100%. Probably more like 2,000%.
Well, like I said, unless I'm dead, yeah, I'll be going up there. And very, very likely. I don't think I'll put it over 100%. But you know what they say. The chances of your cat will kill you is not zero, but it could happen. Now, I've got RC airplanes and robot parts and robot this and that and all kinds of stuff. Arduino cases and Arduinos, more robot parts, power supplies.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff probably would do good at Hamvention. Or a lot of it would.
A lot of electronic components. Also.
Yeah, I've got millions and millions of resistors and yeah, all kinds of stuff. I need to get rid of it. I mean, sell it to somebody that wants it and needs it.
It's going to work.
I'll probably end up, the only way I can take that stuff is if we have an empty table next to our booth, and it looks like we might have an empty table. So, they're trying to sell us 3 rental tables, and we told them, like, nah, we really only want the 2. Don't know how we got 3 last year, but we only need the 2. My wife went back and looked at our records, and she's like, yeah, we paid for 3. I'm like, why? Why did we pay for 3? We don't need that.
And this year you might need 3.
I think it would work if I had 3. I could use 1 for selling my junk, my stuff, and
My good stuff.
the other 2 for marketing lasers. So yeah. Leroy, did you get a haircut?
Yes, I chopped it all off this morning. It's 80 some odd degrees out. It's hot. I look like Art now.
Oh, really? Well, I've pretty much shaved my beard off too. I mean, I've got scruff, but that's about it. So,
Yeah, I shaved 3 or 4 days ago, but today I went ahead and got rid of everything. That just finished on the printer.
Spare TF card.
It's a little SD card holder. Worked pretty good. I'm actually kind of impressed. Only took about an hour to print.
I keep mine in little Oracle tin.
Cool.
Got mints in this thing. Shoot, where was I?
Mint. J.
Yeah, it was Altoids at I don't know, probably the Ohio Linux Fest.
Yeah. Well, for a long time, all those SD cards just lived in the extra little holder side, and I finally got tired of that. Trying to organize my life.
Don't eat them.
I had the SolidWorks sales representative called me yesterday, and he's like, "I heard that you needed some SolidWorks CAD modeling packages and simulation for your business." I was like, "Who lied to you?" we had a nice little conversation, and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking of starting a makerspace. Do you guys have anything free or low cost for makerspaces?" And he was
Wait.
like, "No." Like, that was quick. You know, you're not even gonna lure
Let,
me in. No
let,
little small talk. It's just like, no.
let me
Okay.
check.
You don't need any of that stuff, Ray. You need to pay full price for it.
No. I'm gonna set up some computers and we'll do CAD, Fusion 360 or something.
We're going to have to take up a fund to get Ray out of jail when they find out what he got out of a wood shop. He got a jointer,
Oh yeah.
that looks like a size of a small school bus.
He ain't too far wrong. Would not fit in my van. Would not fit in my truck. I had to rent a large um, enterprise moving van, and yeah, that was quite interesting. It's a Laguna J16 joiner, 1,500 pounds, 3-phase. So I was at the school, fixing their laser and talking to the woodshop teacher. And I told him, "Hey, it's so nice that your district takes good care of you. You've got this nice, tool, a nice planer, a nice joiner, and these sanders, and it's so nice. You have the table saw." And the instructor looks at me and goes, "I don't talk about it. I'm so upset. This is broken and that's broken, and daggone it, we can't get it fixed. And we've tried to hire people to come look at it. Nobody is able to fix it. Nobody wants to fix it. And I'm just so upset. Because, but yeah, they're treating me good. They're gonna buy me a new one, new stuff. I was like, so what are you gonna do with the old joiner and the old planer? He's like, we're just gonna scrap it. It's gone. It's broken. They're not gonna put it in the auction. I was like, okay, so I fix this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I would love to find on Facebook Marketplace for a decent price. I was like, yeah, I was just joking. I was like, I'll trade you a laser for this stuff. And he looked at me kind of funny, cross-eyed, like, 45 minutes later, I'm still working on the laser. He comes back over to me and he's like, hey, Ray, I talked to my supervisor. We're going to take you up on that offer. And I was like, wait, I was kidding. I was kidding. And I was like, oh, well, I opened my mouth and shoved my foot in there. So I ended up getting this J16, really nice. I mean, the retail price on that planer or that joiner was a little over $8,200 some dollars. So I also got in with a deal, a really nice planer that retails for $18,000, and I got a scroll saw and a belt disc sander and a miter saw, but they got a new laser, so they got a really good deal too. And I've already repaired the planer or repaired the joiner. The joiner had a bad switch, and when their electrician tried to fix it, he did it wrong. He made it worse. So I fixed all the other mistakes, wiring issues in the um, button panel, and it works fine. So next project is to fix the planer. What he messed up on that, but the is repaired. The scroll saw is repaired. Compound miter saw is repaired. So
Well, that's the nicest pointer I've seen an individual own.
and that thing's huge too. 1,500 pounds there. Oh my gosh! But it just seems like overkill. Just huge. I want to run a 2x4 through it. And it deserves the J16. It's a 16-inch wide joiner. That's crazy. I mean, most high school kids can't even. They don't have the strength to push a board through that.
What?
So that's crazy.
Yeah, it's something you could do timber framing with.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the planer, it's a 24-inch wide planer, with like a whole bunch of the little cutter inserts on the spiral mount. So
Yeah.
it's
I didn't
amazing.
look at that, but that I saw the size of it, but I didn't realize it was a spiral cut.
Yeah, both of them are spiral cut, with multiple inserts. It used to be that they had a single blade that went all the way across, or they'll have like three of them on the rotating arbor, and but it was just a one long blade. And if you got a chip in it, you had to go get more blades and reset it and everything. But now with the new cutter heads, there's probably like 80, maybe 100 little cutters in there. It's crazy.
Well, they're harder and sharper too than you could ever get with a regular blade. It was an arrestable offense to walk out with that.
It was good luck. Those guys, they knew that it was a problem for them and they couldn't get it repaired. I think I got lucky to get in there and find, I won't call it lucky. I got in there. I figured it out. But the switch, the guys, I think it was designed with a bad style of switch. And I made it work. I fixed replaced the switch, modified it to where it wouldn't break again, make sure that the movement of the arm would not damage the switch. And then I was like, yeah, while I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these buttons. So I put new buttons on it, new lights. So, yeah.
Well,
Huh.
Maybe that's what I can get Leroy and Mike to do is help me come up to the journal building, help me refinish and resurface some of my woodworking tools. That way I get the rust off of.
You know, I can give you a hand. I'm not certain I'm the best at it, but let me know what you need.
and I know very little about woodworking. I know you use wood.
I know you count to 10 before you start, and you count to 10 after.
Yeah. You be very, 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 very careful around some of those Sharpie things.
Yeah, you got to be really careful around the lathe because if it grabs your hair, well, not you. Okay, if it grabs your sleeve, your shirt, your apron, it could pull you in. Uh, uh, my son, I started him on the scroll saw because you stick your finger in there, it'll give it back. But I gotta assemble my saw stop. I gotta get the other tools out and get them connected again. It's kind of sad. But they need to be set up, used, cleaned. Yeah.
So, so uh, how much more work does the journal building need? Are you getting there? Or?
I have crews in there from time to time. I got an electrician in there that he's he fills his free time by going over there and working on the electric, but it's expensive, and I just got to take a break. But yeah, I've got tile work being done, new walls, bathrooms. I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff, and then I got to market to find out what kind of company wants to move in there. So yeah, I don't know if you remember my old building at 601 North Verity,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's up for sale.
Okay. I don't know anybody that needs a building, unfortunately.
It's a nice building.
Um, it is a nice building now. Inside of it's really good. Outside good. I mean, now that I put 4 new garage doors on it and the whole glass front is new. We had the roof done, 5 or so years ago, and where the mansard roof blends into the rest of the roof, it has some slow minor leaks, and we got to get that fixed. But all in all, it's pretty good. I I was not considering to sell it until less than 6 months ago. My tenant was asking if he could buy it, and I was like, well, I'm kind of interested in selling it. Yeah, go ahead and get some quotes. Get some comparable prices, see what it's really worth, and tell me what you want to pay for it. And while he was getting comparable prices, I went and got my own comparable prices, and I was like, holy crap, it's worth that much? Yeah, I'm ready to sell. So you got to remember, I bought it like 22 years ago, 20 years ago.
Wow, I
And
didn't realize you'd had it that long.
yeah, I've had I've had the rabbit laser business for 22 years now, and but that building I've had it for 20, um, and I bought it for 108,000, and the quotes that I was looking at, man, I would have been happy when I first talked to the tenant. In my head, I was thinking 250, 275. That's a fair price. Why not? And then he went and got comp prices. I went and got comparable prices. I was like, oh yeah, this building's worth 450. And I've been recently talking to a realtor, and he's like, yeah, as is, don't touch it anymore. It's worth anywhere between 400 and 525. And he says if I fix all the little problems, it could be worth 480 to 650. I was like, holy crap! You can really get that much for this stupid building right now? Wow! So I was like, man, go for it. I'll give you 6 months if you can sell it within the next 6 months. We'll put that in your contract. Yeah, I'll take that money and run to the bank. So. Um, just putting it at a moderate rental, it would take me like 14 years to earn that much money. I mean, granted, I'd still own the building, but it's not worth it. All the headache and the upkeep and taxes and the headache and the stupid tenants. I don't want to be doing that stuff in 14 years from now. I want to retire.
At 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday, when you get a call, the toilet stopped up. Can you come clean the toilet out for me? Right there pays for getting rid of it.
What was it? Monday morning, we got an email and phone calls from our best tenant, amazing good tenant, and he says, the main two offices where the building manager and the assistant manager, their two offices, no electricity, and it's not a breaker, so there's something sizzling in the wall. I was like, oh, great. But yeah, they put in heaters and put in some other stuff, and they basically burnt the wire in the wall. And I'm glad it didn't start a fire, but I was not able to go and do anything about it. So I had to send an actual electrician to go figure out the problem. But yeah, at least it's not a stopped up toilet.
Well, at least the stopped up toilet doesn't burn your building down.
Usually.
I will agree with that. Yeah, it does not burn the building down.
Usually.
But, but it smells pretty bad.
Yeah.
I worked, I was probably 18 or 19, and I was working at a gas station. And apparently somebody put a bunch of firecrackers in the toilet, blew the toilet up, and I didn't know it. And all this water is just going everywhere, and my boss was not happy. Like, well,
I used to own a bunch of houses, and there were people that, like, their kids flushed Hot Wheels cars,
yeah.
and I was like, "Are you
could see
kidding?
that. I could see
What
that.
the heck?" Little toys, and I'm like, if your kid flushes a toy, and I find out it's a toy, you're getting charged for the whole bill. And so you'd have people that their toilets wouldn't work, the sinks, disposals wouldn't work. That's when I decided, okay, nobody gets a disposal anymore. And you put it into the clauses, the lease that here's the cost for air conditioning repairs, and here's the cost for toilet repairs, because it's their fault. They put a giant burrito in there, if you know what I mean, or a toy. So I just can't handle it. I'm done with residentials. So, but considering the amount of problems I've had out of a commercial building, it's a great way to invest your money. I think it's amazing.
I was just thinking back when you were talking about the firecrackers. It was a long time ago. When I went away to school, the second floor of the building, someone flushed an M80 down the toilet and burst the pipe into the house mother's quarters, and she was gone over Christmas. So she came back to 2 weeks worth of waste from an entire floor of people.
Oh man.
Oh, it's like, no.
That's bad. Bad.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what these idiots did to me was probably M80s in the toilet. Blew it up. But I was totally oblivious because that particular gas station was nonstop people, and there was only one person that worked there. And when you had to switch to a new person coming on, that was a nightmare because there's like 40 people standing in line, and you've got to do the count out so that you can do the deposit before you can leave, and they have to do the count in so they could start to take over, and you've got 40 people standing there going, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. So it's like you don't have time to go and look and do anything, and there's 40 people just standing there yelling at you. You don't hear an explosion in the toilet. I hated that job. That was one of my first jobs, and I hated it.
Yeah.
There is, I think Ray said auction, which made me think of auctions. There is an auction on the 25th in Fairfield.
What are we buying? What are we selling? What are we buying?
Well, you need a Bamboo Labs printer.
Which kind?
It looks like a Bamboo Lab P1S.
Nah. My wife already decided. She's like, if we were going to buy another 3D printer, it's going to be another H2D, and we're getting it straight from the store. We're not buying it used because she wants to make sure she gets the warranty.
I hear you.
Okay.
Oh, there's filament over there. Yeah, there's that, and there's a bunch of just random equipment. There's cameras. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
And I don't know what all this test equipment is.
Email me a link. Yeah, like, make sure it's a broken link because I just shouldn't go.
There's some sort of big copy machine and miscellaneous
Microwave oven.
Yep. And
Yep.
it looks like some monitors or maybe a TV and more test equipment. Mike Hilton's doing it. I don't know if you guys know who Mike Hilton is. He's a industrial auctioneer. I don't have a clue what that is, but it looks like a bomb.
It's a pressure vessel of some sort.
Yeah.
Or
So I said
vacuum.
it looks like a bomb.
Yeah, the swivel handles to lock the lid down, so you don't have a whole lot of fussing with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have T handles or anything. That's meant to close and stay closed for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's
A little acetylene tank.
be my guess for a torch.
Or argon, it could be a shield gas.
Yeah.
This is upside down, whatever it is. Ear protection required beyond this point. Okay. It's upside down. Rolls of something, fabric.
This queen, I think it's plastic.
Another bomb. Metal.
Hey, I want that. I want that.
You want the metal?
I need the metal.
You need the metal for your metal machine.
Those are thick
Yep.
slabs.
Yeah, I can cut half inch.
You need another fork truck?
Yeah,
There's a
like
fork
a hole
truck.
in the head. Need another one of those, like a hole in the head too. Another rigid box.
In a quarter mile.
What machines are you selling?
US 331 north.
Go
west.
back to that flat plate. That.
That?
That's pretty hefty flat surface.
If that's a surface plate, that's a $20,000 surface plate.
Nice. That's way out of my budget.
Way out of my need.
I have no idea what that is. That looks like. I have no idea what that is.
I think that's a shield for an arc.
Yeah. That was my thinking, but it looks open on the bottom.
Yeah, that's true.
Torch connectors, maybe. Something else. Some sort of jack. There you go. Drill.
Yeah, it's a radial arm saw.
That's the drill.
Okay.
Well, that looks like a drill.
Yeah, that's a drill press. The one before it's a radial arm saw.
Okay. Stuff.
The big Columbia vise on the left.
I've seen those bring like crazy money before.
Oh, yeah.
Those big vices.
Those stationary clamp thingies do that.
Oh, blurry picture. Not supposed to know what that is. Blurry picture.
I need a dust system.
Yeah, I got a cyclone I haven't put together for you yet.
Well, that's a jet style, jet brand dust collection
Yeah, see?
system.
Yeah. It looked like a pretty nice one.
Is that a coordinate measuring machine, or is that a mill?
It looks like a mill to me, but
Yeah, that's a mill.
Yeah, it's a mill. You guys got to remember, I'm looking at that's a
Tormach.
Tormach.
Nice.
You just got to remember, if you buy a Tormach, you end up having to spend like another $3,000 on software. Nothing's free, and like nothing transfers.
there you go, Ray. An ion laser, model 95.
Oh no, thank you.
Another blurry picture of something. Ups, maybe. I'm not sure what those are.
Yeah, looks like it.
I think those
Trick
are
light.
ups. Yeah.
Aren't there any descriptions with these pictures?
No. Why would they describe this stuff? You're supposed to go down. Oh, a nice laser, a nice mirror.
On the ground so you can look at your butt?
Yep.
Okay.
Stuff, stuff, stuff. Stuff. Stuff.
That's the tooling for the mill.
Oh, no, that's
It
a
was, I thought.
height gauge for a
Picture before
plate.
that was tooling. There it is.
No,
Here's the tooling
Yeah.
for the mill.
yep,
And those can be expensive.
that's a $500 Mitutoyo height gauge.
Yeah.
That goes with that granite surface plate.
Definitely.
There we go. Beakers.
Oh, ancient oscilloscope.
No, those are Erlenmeyer flasks.
Yep.
We need those. I don't know why we need them, but we need them.
No, you don't. It's a really old oscilloscope.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the way up to 10 megahertz.
A couple of antique
Megahertz.
oscilloscopes.
Well, look below the table. There's two of them down below the table too.
Yeah, I don't know what those are. Power supplies, maybe.
Yeah.
Gauges. Every size you want.
Gauges, more gauges.
That's
There's your other picture.
level laser. I don't know what the heck that is. That's under the table. That's what was under the table. Oh,
I had a company contact me a couple weeks ago about coming to fix their laser module. I went to look at it and I was like, wait a minute. I understand what this is. I could probably fix it with about a week and a half of dedicated time. And they're like, yeah, we'll pay for that at $200 an hour. Not a problem. Okay. Their laser module was like dollars. Like, nope. Once you declare this thing trash and nobody else can ever fix it, then I'll jump into it. I'm like, yeah, we'll call you in about 2 weeks. Okay. They didn't call back.
Patty's here because it's after 7.
Or after 7.
It is after 7. We're just looking at pictures. I'll put a link real fast. What am I doing?
Email link.
I'll email it to you, Ray. And we are virtual again next week. But there's the link to the listing, so you guys could look. I'll give it a couple seconds if you want to click on it. But yeah. What am I saying? We're virtual again next week, so everybody got it?
Yes.
Everybody got
Yeah,
it that
got
wants it? Okay, I'll see everybody.
Great.
I'll see you
I
guys
see
later.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.